editing Noriko here, and I am exhausted and not really feeling up to illustrating this story, so please pardon me in advance. So I spent the last week in Dallas, Texas at a furry con. Texas Furry Fest, they call it, or just TFF for those in the know. And I'm like super exhausted. I worked nearly the entire time, and by worked, I mean 14-hour plus days. How else do you think we pay our bills around here? Anyway, it's Saturday evening, the dealer's room. They call them the dealer's dens, and it was closed for the night, and before we started our evening work time, I go off to the hotel store to pick up a pizza. See, it's the most affordable option. Like, I could pick up 2 skimpy hotel shop grade slice of bread and whatever passes for bargain shaved lunch meat sandwiches at $14.95 each, and get something like a brownie or a cookie for each of us as well. And those come in at $6.95 each, by the way, I think it was. Anyway, that's a total of $43.80 before drinks. Seriously, $5 for a can of soda as well, and all that before tax. Or I could get a pepperoni pizza, one of those large size ones for $22 plus tax, and have more hot food between the two of us. And who doesn't love pizza? So I order a pepperoni pizza, and I'm told it'll be about a 20-minute wait. Now, there are 2 areas I could sit while I'm waiting. One is out in the hotel lobby, which is packed by all kinds of people. Keep in mind, this hotel currently has 8,001 convention attendees in it. It looks like a hoarder's house, but with people instead of trash. Or I could sit in the shop where they have 2 tables, each with 3 chairs. The first table has 3 people sitting at it, 1 in each chair, and some guy in a fursuit standing beside them, head off. And the second table has 2 guys there, kind of on the younger side, 20 to 25 tops, big old smiles on their faces as they sip from their overpriced bottles of light beer and make words between the 2 of them. And they're both sitting in the same 90-degree quadrant of the table. Think of it as if the table is a globe, they're sitting in Canada and the United States, and the third chair is all the way over in Australia. Of course, I've always wanted to go to Australia, hint, hint. And I head on my way over to Australia chair, and when I'm almost there, one of them fixes me with what I'm sure he thinks is his most intimidating stare and goes, no girls allowed. And I pause for a moment, because I'm not sure I heard him properly, you know? I mean, yeah, there is one thing you can use to describe this furry fandom as a whole. My vote would be for the expression sausage fest. And yeah, in my experience, there are a lot of immature fandom members whose brains are still developing. But before I can say anything, the other one goes, yeah, this is a beautiful big-dicked young boy only table. Suddenly, my worst fears have come to pass. Not only are they sexist, they're ageist. I know I don't look like I'm as old as I am, but when I get exhausted, I look a bit older. And the older-looking girl in me is looking at these guys who obviously think they have their impenetrable clubhouse with the no girls allowed sign up, and that is that. But if you know me, you would know one thing about me. I'm a fast thinker. I am a career dungeon/game master. I write, I decode games, I engage in battles of wits on a daily basis. Chances are, I'm the smartest one in that room, and I want that chair. A chair that they cannot reach to stop me without climbing over this rickety, unstable disc that passes for a table in Texas. And my brain evaluates the situation, and I hedge my bets that not only are they on the dumber side, but they're probably not ready for a little mental sparring. And I go, "Hey, pizza wa oishii desu ne?" Literally, yes, pizza is good, isn't it? In Japanese, of course. And I continue to move towards the chair. One of them makes a face while the other bolts out of his chair and tries to reach across the table, waving his hand, all the while going slowly and much more loudly, "No, no girls allowed." So I stop and I look at him and I look back at the chair. And I'm making my best confused expression, and the other one, the face maker, goes, "You cannot sit there." And I smile this big old smile and I nod my head and I go, "Oh, sit. Thank you." And I sit in the chair. A few seconds of silence pass as their expressions go from shocked Incredulous to that expression one makes when they realize that it's not lemon flavored. Someone just whizzed on their soft serve. Just plain daggers. And I sit quietly with a contented smile on my face while I text my wife, who's waiting up in our room on the 15th floor, patiently for her pizza. Maybe I should have been a lawyer.